What's going on, YouTube? You're back with Shades. We're continuing our Let's Play of Katawa Shoujo. I was about to say Pokemon out of habit, but that game is done. And we're still waiting for updates. And I want to play more, but all I can do is replay what I've already played. Also, I kind of want to play that game, on my own, just to, see what happens if you room with other people, who I hang out with. But that's a different game entirely, and we're here at Katawa Shoujo. Anyway, last time we left off, we had a heart-to-heart with Misha. Oh, no, not Misha. Shizune, who, slowly realized that her as a person has many flaws. Everyone has many flaws. But, she realized those flaws and is starting to change. And today, she wants to make Misha feel better. I don't know how she's going to do that, but we'll see, won't we? There's no school today, so I expected to be able to sleep in late. Unfortunately, I'm awakened by someone mercilessly pounding on my door at 8 in the morning. At first, I think it could be Kenji, but with my shouts of annoyance go unanswered, I realize it's Shizune. Yo, girl. She immediately backs away from the door when I open it, quickly concealing something behind her back. Kind of ominous. It's lube. What is that? Is it a surprise? I don't really like surprises. The displeased expression on her face says that she wants me to stop being such a wet blanket, but she's too busy fumbling with what's behind her back to sign it. It must be frustrating for her because seconds later she swings the object out proudly and also a little dangerously. Ta-da, a picnic basket. We can have lunch together, the three of us. Cute. It's not really a basket, it looks more like a plastic bag. Taking a quick look inside, I can see that most of the food is also store-bought, not homemade. Some items still have price stickers on it. Hey, a picnic does not have to be the highest of quality. It can be store-bought just for some friends to chill and hang. Come on, Hisao. It's the thought that counts. There's a very diverse selection here, though. Even a tiny tin can of caviar. Fish eggs, aren't those expensive? Jeez. What kind of wallet do you have? I'm slowly becoming more impressed with this lunch. I pick a grape out of there and pop it in my mouth. Don't just take things like that. I spent all night perfecting this final weapon. Shizune places it down on the ground to free up her hand and immediately starts playfully tapping it between her fingers like a soccer ball. Definitely not what you should do with anything you're going to call a final weapon. All part of my get Misha to stop being so depressed plan. I stayed up all last night working on it. I wonder how you would sign, like the hyphenated words. I don't know. When we tried to order in last time, Misha barely got anything and used it as an excuse to leave early. I won't let her get off so easily this time. The food is already here. She'll have to sit down and eat with us. You could just talk to her. It's the perfect bait. Doesn't everything look irresistible? I tried to making it myself, but I don't know how to make it look all fancy, so I ended up buying everything. Still looks delicious, doesn't it? It should be. She's very perky today, juiced up on the thought of cheering up Misha, although it's odd to see her so happy about it, and now that she's just as unsure now as she was yesterday. The only thing that has changed is that by viewing it as another sort of challenge for herself, she can put her worries aside and throw herself into it recklessly, which is kind of the problem. What she's doing may not be what Shizune wants or needs, but, maybe things will work out. Who knows? It has worked well enough for Shizune so far. It wouldn't surprise me if it's the only way she knows how to live. It's a little early, though. She's already 8 in the morning. That's late. If Misha gets up at 8 or 9, she has to go to bed at 7 p.m., but that isn't important. It's very important. Shizune ignores me, gagging my hands by taking them in hers instead of more proper rebuttal. The way she lingers against me a moment longer than expected feels really comforting. The point is she's awake right now, walking around somewhere. Let's go find her. She sprints out the door impatiently, and her gusto as she drags me out looking for Misha makes me feel more like I'm following a hunter on a safari than looking for a mutual friend. We don't have to look very hard. Even cropped short, her pink hair stands out. The fact that she's just meandering around the grounds in the open makes it even easier. Now I'm sounding like a safari hunter. Misha. Huh? We were just looking for you. It's a good day for a picnic. You should join us. We even have caviar. Not sturgeon, of course, but it's really tasty. Caviar? Sturgeon? Apparently finding it annoying to have to explain everything at length with only one hand, Shizune gives up quickly. Fish eggs. What? It tastes good. It tastes good. Sorry, Shichan, I think I'll pass for today. When Misha starts to walk away, Shizune holds the bag out toward me, needing me to take it with her hands so that her hands can be free. As soon as it's out of her hand, she darts in front of Misha, cutting her off. I made so much food, though. Sorry, I'm just not hungry right now. When are you going to be hungry, then? Shi-chan, that's impossible to know. You can guess. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. I didn't want to say it, but I knew it was going to happen. The tension between them infuriates Shizune, and she's trying to deal with it by tearing through it, but the approach isn't going to work. I thought and hoped that Misha had gotten herself together, but I guess she was just cut too deep by what happened. In that case, if it's really out of anyone's hands, I believe that Shizune might understand that on some level. If she didn't, she wouldn't have any doubts at all. Because she can't speak, though, I've learned to notice her hesitation. It's very clear. She might as well be screaming. Misha waves her hand in front of her, not wanting to continue the discussion any further, and quickly slips away. Shizune fumes silently, reluctant to let her go, but having no way to keep her here. As Misha's back grows smaller in the distance, I wonder where she's heading off to. Is Shizune wondering the same thing, as she bites her lip in frustration? I want to touch her reassuringly on the shoulder, but I stop myself, not knowing if it's the right thing to do. Not because she looks fragile, vulnerable, or sad, it's the opposite. After a while, her expression belies no emotion at all, only contemplation. Suddenly she whirls around. Now all this food is going to go to waste. Yeah. That makes me mad. Although it's obvious, Shizune's more hurt than mad. The bag dangling from my hand feels like it's filled with lead. Oh. Well then, that's cute. Let's go on a date. Let's use it then. Oh. Cute. Where do you want to go? I don't know. The roof? It's my favorite spot. A wry smile appears on her face, disappearing just as quickly. I hope we're not going to do what I think we're going to do. On the roof, I immediately crack open the caviar, ignoring a derisive look from Shizune all the while. I end up putting it down immediately. Where are the toast points? I didn't make any. Like I told you, I bought everything. Not toast points, though. Why is that important anyway? They don't just sell toast points. That would be stupid. I bet they do. Maybe in stores for exceptionally lazy, but not here. Why don't you use a tortilla chip? A tortilla chip is not the same. Why you gotta be fancy? What the hell was with toast points? I know what those are, but I've never specifically used them. That's weird. Who just toasts things and turns them into triangles? Many people do that. What's wrong with me? They're both triangles. Stop being such a princess. I didn't know there was a proper way to eat caviar. This is the first I'm hearing of it. I don't even know how to eat caviar. I thought you spooned that shit. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing at all. I can't be decadent like this. Anyway, how could she not know? She lives in a huge mansion. Oh god, my eye. And Shizune takes the opportunity to scoop half of the tin into a single chip in the meantime. Hey! I'm sure it doesn't even taste good like that. There's too much food here for two people. Besides, we can't communicate with each other while we eat. Both Shizune and I have a lot of time to sit in silence and think about the fact that Misha, the person that she set this all up for, isn't here. It's annoying that she isn't here. I can't even enjoy my meal like this. I stare at the paper cup next to her, still half filled with juice. I thought you didn't want all this food to go to waste. I wanted Misha to be here too. That was the whole point. I wasn't able to accomplish what I wanted to, so it doesn't taste good. You should eat it. Eat more. What are you, a Filipino mom? I want the fried things, though. You keep eating them all, even though you say they don't taste good. Fried things are always delicious. There's always an exception for them. You'll get fat. And I think you're being too aggressive. It's like I told you yesterday, I'm only trying to cheer her up. Yeah, but it seems more like you're planning a military campaign. I'm only trying to take it seriously. And this is the only way I know how to do it seriously. I feel so powerless. I hate it. I can't even yell at her too, even though I want to. Yelling is for serious occasions, right? Yeah. You should yell at Misha for me. You can tell her that I want her to stop being so down. Even if she feels sad and alone, there's no reason to stay gloomy forever. Why don't you? I already did. Over a game of dice. Under over, to be exact. I won. 5 times. Only the two of them would take so much pride in winning games of pure chance. Then I tried to talk to her, but it didn't go over so well, obviously. Well, so did I. I tried and failed. My goal has always been to do everything better, though. Yeah, your one-upmanship is really something. But I failed too. That's why I want your help. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do anymore. For someone like Shizune, who has only ever interacted with the world by locking horns with every obstacle in her path, understanding only goes so far. Whoa, CG. I want to tell her that she doesn't have to worry that she is great at cheering people up because she managed to cheer me up my first week here. In retrospect, I must have looked like a dick being in such a sour mood from the moment I came here, even though I don't think I was being unreasonable. Even having months to digest it, finding out that you have a heart defect is like I did has hard to deal with. I had much less time to mull over suddenly being transferred to Yamaku on top of that. Spending the festival with Shizune has really helped me out of a rut. I was happy enough to forget the entire time that the entire time I had felt as though she were manipulating me. I understand now that I had allowed myself to be manipulated. Even though I felt like I was at the bottom of the world, I still wanted to have a normal life again. I'm sure because I enjoy what I have now, and I think it must be the same for everyone, including Misha. Everyone wants something there to pull them up, out of their self-pity. It's just that Misha always wanted Shizune to be that person, but because they can't be together, I think Misha feels that she can't accept Shizune's hand, and that frustrates Shizune. But if she could cheer up a stranger like me, then she'll die training with Misha. I can see it in her eyes too, though she tries to treat it like any other problem in her life. Shizune cannot do that with Misha's depression. Her thought processes are entirely different, and in some ways careful, in some ways more reckless and frantic. She cares that much more. I end up not saying anything, partly because sitting next to her like this, just the two of us, is pleasant enough in itself, that I don't want to interrupt the moment with a question. And partly for a more cowardly reason. I've started to think that they weren't, but I don't know if their actions that day might not have been an afterthought, or even a fluke, just a collection of coincidences. I don't know if that would change anything, but I'm comfortable thinking about it. The fence behind me trembles slightly, and I turn to see that it's because Shizune has fallen asleep leaning against it. Considering she was up all night, it's not surprising. Where does all that motivation come from? Not just in regards to Misha. I'm cynical, so it's hard for me to accept just anyone can simply be that strong. Water. My first thought was that maybe it's because she hates herself. It's very plausible. Leaning against her, I feel sad knowing that it might be the case, but it could be that we're similar in that we both want to be better people. I would say I would end the part here, but I still have 7 whole minutes, so I'm going to keep going. My nose. Nothing. It seems like I ate too much yesterday because I wake up in the morning feeling just nauseous enough for it to be a problem. I really can't postpone going into town for shopping though, so despite wanting to roll over and sleep it away, I force myself to get up and dress instead. Something between buying toothpaste and a few other groceries, I end up walking it off, then I feel hungry. After stopping for breakfast, it hits me how much time has gone by. I hadn't expected to be out this long. I'm not sure if I bothered to lock my door. I should really get back. Oh, Hideki. This is weird. When I get back to the dorm, I see Hideki standing in front of my room from the entrance. I can think of a few things more unexpected. I can't help thinking I might have a heart attack just from the surprise. Fortunately, it doesn't happen. As soon as he sees me, he says hello in his usual detached way. I'm a little slow to reply to him, so he repeats the greeting without missing a beat. Hello. Is something wrong? I'm just surprised to see you here. Not as surprised as I could have been, since it's impossible to mistake him for anyone else. I'd recognize those weird clothes anywhere. Come to think of it, I really surrounded myself with distinctive-looking people lately. It's almost as if it's a visual novel, and everyone who's a main character has a specific style. Like, legit, I keep thinking Hideki is a woman. Hideki's head lolls slightly to one side, a little too easily. Why? Is it unusual to see someone's family come see them? Well, yeah, actually. So Hideki isn't such a robot after all. In fact, it's almost as if he's gotten more caught off guard by the fact that he can't even be caught off guard, but he recovers quickly. Nevertheless, in that brief moment, he looks his age. That uncomfortable side of his seems to be like the more honest, and I wouldn't mind seeing more of it. Not so much, though, that I'd go out of my way to pry, only Shizune would be that zealous, that my thoughts get so far as proof that she's rubbing off on me. I think you'd have a reason to, that's all. There is one. See, anyway, we can talk while we're looking for her. Is that why you're here, right? Shizune's in the student council room. I was looking for you. We might take a trip soon, a family trip. Do you think she would want to come with us? Yeah, I don't know. She's kind of been on the warpath lately with a lot of stuff. And when she's focused on something, she just won't drop it. I guess you would know that. Hideki looks much more at ease walking around than I did my first week. So, this isn't your first time here? Just throwing it out there, of course, completely ignoring the surrounding environment could just run in the family. Explain why Hideki seems so distant from Shizune. I get the feeling that there's more to it than just her deafness. No, but this is the first time I could walk around so much. It's kind of weird here. I bumped into a person who told me women are not allowed in the dorms. After I told him I'm not a woman, he told me that I was misleading and then accused me of being an assassin. Oh, that was Kenji. I was warned that he was not only invincible, but strong enough to probably destroy the building with a punch, or at least knock over the painting hanging in the hallway. By the way, the painting is actually screwed to the wall. Yeah, the guy is across the hall from me. He's okay. Oh, I see. Oh, you left your door open. It was unlocked when I came here. I'm a little annoyed that Hideki knows that. The only way he could is if he had opened my door, but the feeling passes. It doesn't matter. I have nothing to hide or steal. Your soccer ball is really nice. That's one of the things that doesn't matter. If you're a soccer player, a soccer ball is very important. I guess it is. The thought makes me smile. I'm here because my father bought a new phone, and he wants to update Shizune in case she needs to call him. I thought you should know since you're her boyfriend, aren't you? Yeah. Why? Just in case there's something wrong, or she needs anything. That isn't what I meant, but I'll go along. Even if she did, she probably wouldn't call. That's how she is. Well, if you know, coming all the way for that, though, he could have updated her via email. He does not like using emails. That's so old-fashioned. Don't tell me he does business through regular mail or something. Silence. Now it's my turn to feel awkward. Is Hideki trying to taking it literally, or did I hit the mark? Nah, I'm sure that what it really comes down to is that he does want to see his daughter and stay in contact with her. In the end, they're still family after all, even though they play at being at each other's throats. That's a really awkwardly worded sentence. Well, then again, oh, hi. Oh. Now I'm concerned. The door to the student council room is open. Hideki and I walk in on Jigoro mid-rant. He sees it and decides that it's not something worth stopping rambling at Shizune over. This is really shaking my faith in my previous assumption. When I was in student council, our room was smaller, colder too, like working out of a giant meat locker. Not like you spoiled kids. What a waste, sitting here in your giant room doing nothing. Oh, I hate this guy. I hate him more than Kenji. Actually, no, I hate Kenji more because this guy was only here for this one route. Hopefully. I hope so. Whatever. I only have 2 more routes after this one. Jeez. Time has gone by. Aren't there only 3 of you? That makes having so much desks seem like an unnecessary display of mindless decadence. Appalling. You must use these desks you need, not one more. It's part of my code. It may be odd of me to think so, but hearing only one half conversation is pretty strange. Also, that's some code. Now that I've arrived, he changes the subject and starts talking about the reason he's here. Hideki and I are going on a trip. What are you doing? Does everyone who use sign language mumble while they do it? No, I'm just an amateur. It helps me think. It's like a force of habit. Just an amateur. Unbelievable. Fine. What the fuck? Seriously, does this guy just expect everyone to be perfect at what they do? Holy fucking shit. I hate this. I hate him. He needs to get punched in the face. I'll punch him in the face. Ugh. He turns his back to Shizune just in time to catch her shaking her head from side to side. Are you sure you won't be coming along? She reiterates the gesture. Fine. Can you tell her to call me if she needs anything? Yes. I really think sending an email would have been easier though. I'm not gonna read emails on my phone. If she won't speak, she can call Hideki. I suppose it wouldn't. If I've been to have to be reached, you would have to call me, or the other girl would have to call me. Huh. Actually, all 3 of you can just call Hideki. I hate him. Seriously, he's just so inconsiderate. Ugh, is he supposed to be a symbol? Is he supposed to be, like, a metaphor? I don't know what oh my god. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, having a deaf kid is an inconvenience. It's an inconvenience, and I can't say anything else about that. It is an inconvenience. You have to work, but the thing is, like, you have to work a little harder so that you can make your life easier in the end. Because, guess what? People who are deaf don't have a choice in being deaf. God fucking damn it. And you piss me off. I'm not gonna look at emails on my phone. Why? Are you that old-fashioned? Are you that proud of being old? Ugh, I hate it. It needs to die. And with that, he swiftly turns and leaves, Hideki trailing behind him. A long trip for something that took 5 minutes. Anyway, I'm gonna end the part here because my timer literally says I have a couple seconds left. So anyway, I hate Jigoro. I hate Shizune's family, except Hideki. Hideki is cool. I don't think Shizune has a mom. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hate Jiguro, and if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me or from this series, hit that subscribe button. And you're not exiting the Shadyverse. My name is Shade, and I hope you've enjoyed your day in the shade. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.